Hey, English learners, have you ever seen the word, try to pronounce the word, and realize that one letter is silent? English can be so tricky sometimes, but don't worry. In this lesson, we are going to look at the rules of silent letters that will make it very easy for you to identify the silent letters in English. Stick around to the end of this lesson because we have a quiz at the end to test your knowledge. Let's go! Silent letters in English. Know the rules. Section 1. What are silent letters? When you hear of silent letters, what do you understand they are? What are they? Now, silent letters are letters that appear in a word but are not pronounced. Yes, they are not pronounced. They are there for historical, linguistic, or spelling reasons. For example, in knock, the K is silent. In honest, the H is silent. So now let's go through some important rules because we'll see the silent letters everywhere. But let's go through some rules. How are you supposed to identify them? Rule number 1, common silent letters rules. Common silent letters rule. Rule 1, silent K. The letter K is silent when it comes before N at the beginning of a word. Take notes. The letter K is silent when it comes before N at the beginning of a word. For example, knock, knee, knife, no. Now you realize that the K is before the N, but the K is silent. We don't pronounce the K. Rule number 2, silent H. H is silent in certain words, especially after W or at the beginning of some words. H is silent in certain words, especially after W or at the beginning of some words. For example, what, when, where, honest, are. Now you realize that this H is silent. We don't use them in pronunciation. The next one is silent B. B is silent when it comes after M at the end of the word. B is silent when it comes after M at the end of the word. For example, tam, come, lam, bam. Now you realize that we are getting by the sound. There is no B pronoun. So B is silent. The next one is the silent G. The silent G. G is silent before N in some words. B is silent before N in some words. For example, sign, rain, foreign. Now you realize that the sound of G is G, but it is very silent in this case. We don't use G. We only use the N sound because G comes before N. The very next one is the silent P. Silent P. P is silent when it comes before S in words. P is silent when it comes before S in words. For example, psychology, pneumonia, Psalms. Psychology, pneumonia, Psalm. Now you realize that these words begin with P, but the P sound is not heard. The next one is L, the L sound. L is silent in some words, especially before D or F. L is silent before words, especially before D or F. Examples: could, should, calf, have. So you see that the L is very silent in these cases. The next rule is silent T. Silent T. T is silent in some words after S. T is silent in some words, often after S. Examples: castle, listen, whistle, fasten. So you see that we don't say castle, listen, whistle, fasten. No, the T is silent. You don't pronounce the T. So it becomes castle, listen, whistle, fasten. Okay. And the next is W, silent W. Silent W is silent before R at the beginning of a word. W is silent before R at the beginning of a word. For example, wrist, right, wrong, wrap. Wrist, right, wrong, wrap. So you see that we are using the R sound without using the W sound. Okay. And now when we say these words are silent, it doesn't mean that in all cases they are silent. These letters are not silent in all cases. English has exceptions. There are some exceptions in English. Some words don't follow these rules. For example, the letter H is silent in R, but not in house. You see, R, house. They all begin with H, but our is without H, without the her sound. House is with the her sound. That's why practice is the key. Don't just have it in mind that the word H is silent whenever you come across it. No, there are exceptions. Take note of these exceptions. Practice and you will get used to the silent words. Now, silent words actually help us distinguish between homophones. Homophones are words that have similar meaning, similar pronunciation, but different meaning. Homophones are words that have similar pronunciation, but different meaning. So, these silent words help us to really know and identify these homophones. For example, night and night. You see, they sound the same. They sound the same. They have the same pronunciation, night and night. But their spelling is different and their meanings are different. Okay. Now let's take a little quiz. Very short quiz. Uh, which letter is silent in doubt? Which letter is silent in doubt? Number 2. Which letter is silent in wrist? Which letter is silent in wrist? 3. Which letter is silent in psychology? Which letter is silent in psychology? And 4. Which letter is silent in listen? Which letter is silent in listen? So, we have 4 exercises for you. Please comment your answers below and let's see how many you get right. Don't worry, I will check all your comments to find out the right answers. Great job. Silent letters can be tricky, but with practice, you master them in no time. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and why not hit the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you'll be one of the first persons to be notified. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye.